Vaping is ruining your life, and I know this because vaping was ruining my life back when I was vaping. And I don't know, maybe it isn't, right? I don't know you, right? But for the most part, if you're like me, it's ruining your life. And if you don't think it's ruining your life, it's probably because you aren't self-aware enough to notice the effect that it's actually putting on your life. The law of exposure states once you've been exposed to something, you cannot be unexposed to it. Therefore, once I expose you to this information in this video, you will realize that vaping is making your life terrible. I used to vape like a madman, and here's the dumbest thing about the way that I used to vape, okay? I used to go and buy the disposable vapes and vape an entire $16 disposable vape every single day because I didn't want to go and buy the rechargeable, refillable vape. Because I thought once I did that, I would essentially be admitting defeat, and I'd be admitting that I am now addicted to vaping. Because I thought if I just go and buy the disposable ones, like, I'm not addicted, I'm just like vaping for the day or whatever. And it ended up being very expensive for me. Now, it's probably not that expensive for you, because you've maybe admitted defeat and, just bought the refillable one. But anyways, that's a stupid story on me vaping. Vaping for me was even worse than smoking cigarettes. And it was just because of the fact of how convenient it was to vape. Like if I smoked cigarettes, I would at least have to get up, put on a jacket, because it's always pissing rain in Vancouver, and go outside to then dedicate 5 to 8 minutes of my life to smoke a cigarette. Well, vaping, you don't need to do any of that. You just freaking right on your couch inside. And I found I was literally hitting this thing like every 2 seconds all day, every day, at work, while I'm driving, and it even got to the point where in the gym, I was thinking about hitting my vape to the point where I'd even cut some workouts short to just get out and go hit my vape. Now, vaping is ruining your life in a bunch of different ways, and I'm gonna start with the physical ways it's ruining your life that probably everybody knows, but if you don't know, I'm gonna enlighten you today, or expose you, if you will. And then we're going to talk about the mental side effects of vaping that most people are completely unaware of, that this is actually a lot more damaging to your life than the physical. Now, vaping made me super lethargic and unmotivated. Like, as I said, when I was in the gym, I didn't want to be in the gym because I'd want to be hitting my vape. It screwed up my stomach, sometimes giving me heartburn and the shits. And it really screws up your lungs and breathing capacity, which you won't even realize until you end up doing hardcore cardio one day, which I hadn't done for a very long time until I started boxing. And as you guys know, boxing is probably the most cardiovascular sport there is. So I'd be boxing and it would be insane. Like, my lungs would literally ache and I'd be coughing, and it was literally the most painful thing ever doing cardio and then like hacking up all of that shit in your lungs. You guys have no idea what vaping actually does to your lungs, and I never got that from smoking cigarettes, but with vaping, and then you go do some cardio, you'll be exposed real quick to the damage it's doing to your insides. Now, what's actually ruining your life is the mental side of vaping, because most people that I talk to don't want to be vaping. They're just so addicted to hitting their vape that they can't stop vaping. And the result of that is that most people who vape are essentially every single day doing something that they know they shouldn't be doing. And the result of doing something you know you shouldn't be doing is you're going to be vibrating at an emotional frequency called guilt. I use this emotional frequency chart a lot because it's the best way to explain what happens to people's mood and daily energy when they don't have the proper habits in their life. Some people think that this emotional frequency chart is like fugazi hogwash and it isn't real. They like compare it to like astrology signs, but I assure you it's very real. Einstein once said, "The law of nature states that everything in our universe, in our world, whatever it is in nature, has a vibration." And other scientists have come out and said that the universe is essentially just a bunch of energy which vibrates at different frequencies. So to explain this to you guys in a context that's relatable, when you meet somebody for the first time and you don't know anything about this person, it might be like a friend of a friend that you meet at a party or whatever, and instantly you guys click and you're like best buds for that night, even though you don't know a single thing about each other at all. The reason why that is because you guys are vibrating at the same frequency, so you're attracted to each other. Misery loves company, and happy people like to hang out with other happy people. So back to what I'm saying, when you do shit you know you shouldn't be doing, which is essentially what guilt is. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. You feel guilty for doing it. So when you hit the vape every single day and you don't want to be hitting the vape and you would like to quit vaping, you feel guilty because you're doing something you know you shouldn't be doing. Therefore, you're vibrating at guilt all day, every single day when you vape. And as you can see on the chart, guilt is I believe it's the second lowest frequency that you can possibly vibrate at. And a lot of times you'll find that chain smokers, like people who are older that just smoke and smoke and smoke and smoke, a lot of the times they're miserable. Not everyone, but I'm sure when I say a statement like that, you viewers out there probably have a person that comes up to mind in your head that you're like, yeah, that person is pretty miserable and they do smoke a lot of cigarettes. So there's two easy ways that it ruins your life. It destroys your physical body, your energy, and your mood every single day. Now, here's another way that it's ruining your life, and I've talked about this in other videos because, again, it is very real. The broken window theory. This theory states that whenever a window in a building is broken, we can expect that thereafter, very soon, further windows will start getting broken in that building. And you'll see this a lot with abandoned houses. Once a house is abandoned, suddenly a window gets smashed, then it's boarded up, then all the windows are boarded up. But a good way that I like to simplify this is if you have a vehicle that, maybe has a dent or it's been sideswiped at some point, even though this is very small damage that doesn't really depreciate the overall value of the car, maybe like $500 or something like that, now suddenly you start treating the car as if it's a piece of shit, right? You don't clean the outside, you're leaving garbage on the inside, you're, whatever. You're just not treating the car the way it was when it was beautiful, brand new, and clean and had no damage. You had one broken window, and now you're breaking all the other windows. Well, this is exactly how humans pretty much do everything. We're very all or nothing by nature. Once you hit that vape in the morning, suddenly it's screw the gym, I'm gonna go get, an Egg McMuffin from McDonald's, and then it's just like the momentum right off the bat is all the habits are downhill. You're breaking all the other windows now. And you've probably had it in your life where you're like very consistent in the gym, you're making progress, people are giving you compliments, suddenly you're eating better, you're waking up every morning when you say you're gonna wake up, you're not hitting the snooze button 5 times, then you go out one weekend and you get smashed off your face, very drunk, right? You miss the gym again, and then suddenly it's like the whole house of cards falls down. Now you're not doing anything. You're eating like shit, you're staying up late, sleeping in, you're not going to the gym. Like, you just derailed everything, completely destroyed all of that momentum because you smashed a window. Although the window is large, or the building is large with thousands of windows, when you smash one, now you start smashing all the other ones, right? So vaping is one small window in a massive building. But once you smash that one small window, you'll start smashing all the other windows in your building. So cut it out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you like this one, you should watch the one I did on how to unfuck your life. And if you didn't already, please do subscribe to the channel. We'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.